Hey everybody, I'm Marbozir and welcome back to Let's Play Shadowrun Hong Kong. So, let's continue where we left off, and it looks like Kindly Chang has some new information for us. Let's find out what it's all about. Kindly Chang is in the midst of emptying 2 plastic shopping bags when you enter. She places the contents in a pile on her mahjong table. 2 liquor bottles without labels, a box of her thin black cigars, an assortment of individually wrapped gourmet chocolates, and a large caliber pistol with electrical tape wrapped around its grip. Ah, good, you're here. She finishes with the plastic bags and throws them to the floor. It seems like forever since we saw each other. Forever? You haven't been gone that long? You said you had information to share. Welcome back. Was your trip worthwhile? Her voice is filled with a rusty energy. Yes, my darling, yes. I met with several contacts within my network who referred me to others in neighboring cities. Regardless of how far technology moves forward, tradition demands that some things be handled face to face. I have returned with information that will lead you to the plastic-faced man, the man who killed Raymond Black. There is no Raymond Black. Raymond Black isn't dead. Excellent. While you were gone, we uncovered a relationship between Josephine Sang and Raymond Black. The child woman's eyes narrow. Did you? And what was it that you uncovered? We've been lied to all this time. The man who raised us isn't Raymond Black, he's Edward Sang. He's fiction, made up, his real name is Edward Sang. Okay, I don't think it really matters which option we're going to pick. They all roughly say the same exact thing. So the man who raised us isn't Raymond Black. He's Edward Sang, the son of Josephine Sang. You were raised by Josephine's son? Her brow furrows. That explains where Edward went when he disappeared years ago, Seattle. Any idea why he disappeared? What happened? I don't know. Just that he went missing after Josephine completed rebuilding the walled city. That was in the early 30s. You realize what this means, don't you, my sweet? That inbred little god whore was cold enough to have her own son executed. Even more reason to find the plastic-faced man. What have you found out? Everything you need to move forward. She grabs a bottle and opens it. I know the identity of the plastic-faced man. His name is Lee Tai Lung. He's an independent contractor, a trusted, deniable asset who handles all of Josephine Sang's more delicate operations off the books and away from the public eye. The plastic-faced man is her shadowy right hand outside of the corporation. And I know how to find him too. I've made contact with an information broker, Jiao Zi or whatever, who works out of an abandoned night market in Shek Kip Mei called Xing House Court. It's not hard to find. He has gained access to the plastic-faced man's complete itinerary. Where he'll be, who he'll be with, what sort of security he'll have, the works. She grins, glassy-eyed. You can use it to perform an extraction. Grab him and find out what he knows. Did you find out why Lee has a face made of plastic? Great. The faster we find the plastic-faced man, the faster we get our revenge. Got it, yeah. Did you find out why he has a face made of plastic? It's not just his face. Lee Tai Lung's entire skull is synthetic. He's designed himself to be the perfect corporate operative. He's installed a unique piece of hardware, you see. It allocates and compartmentalizes client-related memories so that they can be erased upon the completion of a job. And as an added security measure, this cortical implant will wipe his memory if he detects that he's been captured. Okay, that's a bit of a problem then. Seriously? He can just wipe everything having to do with Sang mechanical services? So we need a way to circumvent the implant. Exactly. Unless you can find a way around the cortical implant, you'll have no way to extract the information he has and figure out what happened to Raymond Black. Now, I've done my part in this, my darling. You need to find a way to neutralize that device. Isabel interjects, her voice breaking slightly as she speaks. I know a way. I've heard of something like this before. I met someone in the Matrix who had to shirk a similar memory wipe implant once. It was a requirement for a big job, and she pulled it off. Keep talking. Her handle is Dreamland, and I know where to find her. All that we have to do is convince her to give up the secret of how she did it. Okay, Isabel, and I will go see Dreamland before we hit the information broker. Then we grab the plastic-faced man. No matter who you choose to help, you snatch this guy. I'm gonna be there when you extract the information from him about Raymond. You got it, Liang? Yeah, I got it. Very good, my darlings. Now listen to me. After you get what you need from the plastic-faced man, I want you to end him, you understand? The Triad boss taps the table with her finger. I need to send a very clear message that this is what happened. That this is what happens when you mess with Kindly Chang's operations, with Kindly Chang's people. Josephine takes Nightjar. I take her plastic-faced man. Once you snatch the plastic-faced man, Sang will know something is happening, and events will unfold very quickly after that. You'd best close out any pressing business you have before heading to Shekip May to see the information broker. Do you understand? Yep. Yeah, I get it. Once we set the ball rolling on this, there's no turning back. That's right, my darling. No more side jobs, and no more dalliances. Kindly Chang raps on the mahjong table with an imitation ivory tile. Be sure that your affairs are in order before you head to see the information broker. Okay then, so it might be a good idea to do the other jobs. I think we have at least 2 more jobs available, maybe 3 more. I think I'll just do those before I continue with the main plot. Also, do we have any more upgrades? Yes, we got level 5. Yeah, it's probably a good idea to get level 6 upgrades before we continue the main plot. Anyway, let's check them out. Everyone has a level 5. So, all of Koshei's firearm systems now pierce up to 2 armor. Rakter's drone gains clawed feet. This causes all attacks on the melee systems to bleed targets. Yeah, I think I prefer the 2 armor on firearm systems. That seems like a much better idea. Alright, next up, Gaicho. Gaicho's metal stance now provides a light cover bonus, preventing critical hits in the open. That's nice. Gaicho exudes a cloud of diseased spores damaging nearby enemies. Okay. Base damage 16, with an ongoing 3 HP and 1 AP damage for 3 rounds. That's really good! But having a light cover in the open is really nice too. I think I prefer the cover. But these are both really nice. Yeah, let's go with the cover. So, Duncan. Oh yeah, Duncan... No, he already has a level 4. So, full auto fire no longer has minus 10% penalty to accuracy. Nice. Duncan gains a new weapon. A melee range shock... No, I don't think I want a melee range weapon. Let's go with the elimination of the 10% penalty for auto fire. Next up, Isabel. Isabel gains bright light system Cyber Eye. High energy flash bulbs hidden in a Cyber Eye, capable of temporarily blinding an opponent. 2 AP cost, 2 duration, 6 cooldown. That's a little bit vague. And this? Espionage. If the user is brought into a stunned state, they will be jolted awake with 1 AP. That's nice. So this description is a little bit vague. What exactly does temporarily blinding an opponent mean? Does it reduce their chance to hit to 0? Does it give them an accuracy penalty? I would like to have a detailed description of what this does. Okay, I might go with espionage. It seems a little bit situational. I don't know about this. 6 turn cooldown. That means it's pretty good then? Well, it doesn't have to be, but 6 turn cooldown usually means it's a pretty powerful ability. Alright, let's go with Sabotage then. I hope I'm not going to regret that. Next up, Gobet. Plague Barrier. Gobet gains a conjuring spell, which sets 4 heavy cover barriers that last 3 rounds. Okay? Anyone that enters takes minus 14 health and minus 1 AP damage. So she basically creates heavy cover. Gobet now carries a Devil Rat Spirit Fetish in her standard equipment. Okay, I'm not sure just how good that is. I kind of like the idea of getting cover. Huh. I think we'll go with this one. Alright, so these are our choices. Confirm. Done. Alright, so let's have a chat with a few people as usual. Do we need to sleep? No. Okay then, let's go have a chat with Duncan. I'm sure everyone has something to say at least. The clanking of metal followed by grunts from hard exercise erupts from the hatchway of Wo's cabin. The first thing you notice when you enter is his renewed cleanliness. The food cans are gone, and his equipment is neatly laid out on his bedding, everything in its place. The next thing you notice is the smell. It's just like middle school locker room in July. Hey, how's it going? Better. I let myself wallow for a while, but now it's time to turn things around. We have work to do. What's your deal? What did you think about the last run? Oh yeah, he wasn't there, right. Still thinking about Edward? Edward Chang is a topic in a file cabinet in my head. I'm only thinking about Raymond now, finding out what happened to him, what really happened to him. Okay? Taking it a moment at a time, huh? Still think he's alive? More than ever. Raymond's alive. I'm sure of it. We're getting close to the plastic-faced man, Duncan. I know. I haven't stopped thinking about him since we first saw him in that video. The one where he attacked Raymond in the tea house. Listen, Liang, I'm not gonna press you to take me with you when you head out to snatch him. No? You take the right people for the job, and then you get the job done, okay? But I want to be there when you interrogate him. I want to hear what he has to say with my own ears. Are you gonna have a problem with that? No, of course not. Good, we're brothers. I'd hate to have to mess you up. Like I said, you can take me with you on the run or not, it's your call. But I intend to be there for the fun part. Fun part? You think this is a game? Do I look like an idiot? He drops his towel on his bunk. No, I don't think this is a game. This is the guy who knows what the hell is going on. The one who may have killed Raymond. And I'm gonna squeeze him until I find out what he knows. You'll squeeze whom I tell you to, when I tell you to, and as hard as I tell you to, got it? We'll do what we've gotta do to get the answers we need. Damn right. You told me you were resentful when I took off, but maybe it was about how Raymond handled that thing with Double Tray. Nah, it was about you disappearing for 8 years without a word, but we're past that now. But that was a messed up night. A lot of things happened, and I wouldn't be surprised if some, I don't know, emotions got jumbled together. About the fight with Raymond? Yeah, mostly. We'd butted heads before. I'd broken plenty of his roles in the past. But I'd never seen him so disappointed. I'm not sure why. Why don't you walk through it from the beginning? Start with when Lockjaw showed up at Ray's house. That was in 2045, years after the summer we moved in with Raymond. We hadn't seen DT or Lockjaw or any of the gang in forever. Raymond's rules. No contact with our hoodlum friends. No visiting the squad to check up on them. Right, he insisted on a clean break. Exactly. He wanted us focused on the future, not bogged down in past mistakes. The way I remember it, we woke up in the middle of the night, and there was Lockjaw standing in our room, covered in blood. My first thought was that Raymond was gonna kill us. Can you imagine? There's a teenage Salish Indian covered in blood in our bedroom, and my first thought was that I might get in trouble for it. We'd just started our new life. We were safe for the first time ever. We didn't want to blow it. I know I didn't want to go back to the Barrens. We had it good at Raymond's. So Lockjaw's bleeding all over our bedroom, and we'll whisper yelling, "Where's DT? What happened to Doubletray?" 5 minutes later, we're dressed in black and on our way back to the Barrens. What the hell were we thinking? We were thinking that we owed these guys. DT was the one who took us to the teen center, introduced us to Raymond. Man, that was a messed up night. The 162s had overrun the Lily squad. Better position to take on the nukes. Benzo and Tusk were bleeding out. The Hernandez family was half eaten, and Lil Joe, that streetwalker with the electric false eyelashes, was laying on the floor in 2 parts. But we got Doubletray out alive. He was the only one though. I can still hear Lockjaw screaming as the ghouls took him down when the 162s wanted something they did not play. Anyway, all of that was just a lead up, but still, it speaks to my state of mind that night. Why I wouldn't back down when Raymond met us at the door. You two really went at it. We both had the strength of the righteous. You and I had broken his rules out of loyalty, out of gratitude. He just didn't get that. He never understood when we came from. And now we know why. He wasn't just some do-gooder who took in some street kids. He was a rich guy used to getting his way. That's what made him so furious. That's the way I see it though. But you were able to get him to calm down and see reason. Get him to see my side of the story. And all you said was that one thing. That thing he said his mother used to say to him when he was being obstinate. What the hell was it? Listen to what you know instead of what you fear. He understands badly who listens badly. Most people do not listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply. Most people do not listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply. Wood nods his head, remembering. Yeah, that intent to reply thing really got to him. He saw that every time I was talking, he was thinking of the next thing to say back. Using his mother's words on him really did the trick. I wonder what kind of childhood he had. But the way he looked at you after that, I know. I think that may have been the part of why I left. Yeah, I get it. We recall now. And as for Edward Sang, maybe he's got mommy issues. And who knows? Maybe I've got a few daddy issues to deal with too. Guess I should try and keep an open mind when we see him. Let's talk later, anytime. Alright, so let's go talk with Rakter perhaps. And Gaichu, let's talk with Gaichu first. Why not? What's up, Gaichu? Welcome back. What can I do for you, Hulk? What did you think of that last mission? Oh yeah, he wasn't there. Well, let's talk still. Has killing your old unit changed your outlook on life? Yes, I think it has. My lesson to Ishida should not end with him. If becoming a ghoul has allowed me to prosper and become stronger, surely I should hone my instincts just as my training honed my swordsmanship. If I can apply the same focus to my new nature as I did to my skills in combat, I am certain I can prove that to be ghoul is only to be different, not lesser. I knew this before, logically, but I did not feel it. To know and feel are different things entirely. Regardless, Ishida's sword is now mine. It is a newer blade than my own, and it appears to be made with some manner. Wait, didn't we go through this already? I think we went through this dialogue before. Do you regret having to kill your unit? No, I do not believe I do. Yeah, we went through this dialogue already. So let's not repeat the same thing again. Anything else we can talk about? No. Okay then. So, Brakter? Any thoughts about the last run? Ah, betrayal. It never fails to sting, does it? A subject that I am rather intimately familiar with, I'm afraid. I cannot understand why you rewarded Tigath for his role in our betrayal. Awarding him the data is not what I would have chosen to do. Given my choice, I'd have ordered Koshei to tear out his spine. But then, that is why you're in charge, I suppose. I can be impulsive when it comes to matters such as these. Better that you use that level head of yours to keep our reputation untarnished. Now, what else would you have of me? Well, that's about it. So I guess no one is too talkative except Duncan right now. Let's check on Isabel and Gobet, and then we'll just pick our next job. Hulk, you're back. Need something? Any thoughts about the last run? I have to be a downer. I hate to be a downer over that mission, but I'm starting to wonder if Kindly Chang is slipping a little. The entire reason we gave her a cut is to make sure the people that hire us don't have ulterior motives and won't screw us over. Kindly dropped the ball on that one. Hard. At least she won't be pissed at us for scrubbing the job. I mean, we finished it, to the letter, and got a crappy payday out of it too. I hope Kindly is happy, because I'm sure not. We ever put in a situation like that again, I say we take the data and run. Fence it ourselves. There's just too much risk for not enough reward otherwise. Anything else? Question about the walled city? There was a man here in Hioi who was ranting about the Yama Kings. His hair had gone white in fear, and I watched him die. Yes, it happened when I was a kid too. Not often, but occasionally. People would have bad dreams and then become obsessed with them, consumed by their own dread. When I was a kid, we viewed it as some kind of local malady, dream madness. It mostly affected people with other problems, dementia, paranoia, phobias, that kind of thing. So people would just shrivel up and die because of the dreams, basically. But like I said, it didn't happen often. I remember one old woman, Auntie Y. Keung. She had skin like parchment paper, and she baked egg tarts for the neighborhood kids. We liked her, she was good. One day, Auntie Y. Keung didn't come out of her apartment. She was always up and about by 6 or 7 in the morning. It was part of her routine. For her to sleep past noon was unthinkable. Naturally, the grown-ups assumed that she'd passed in the night. She was old and frail. It was bound to happen sooner or later, so a neighbor, Mr. Ejide, went in to check on her and collect her body. What did he find? She wasn't dead. What he found was much worse than that. Oral surgery was involved. You don't want to hear the rest. Yes, I do. You recovered these memories for us. Alright, your call. Auntie Y. Kang had been busy that morning. She'd put her knife skills to work on her own tongue, carved it out, plated it, and ripped out most of her teeth for garnish. She'd beaten down on a coal from the fireplace to keep from bleeding out. And you think a bad dream made her do this? Yes, she did what she did to protect herself from some dude. The old stories all said that Qian Ya would claim you as a slave by tying your tongue into a knot. No tongue, no slavery. The old lady didn't want to take any chances. Unfortunately for Mr. Ejide, she didn't want him to take chances either. She was a sweet old thing, always looking out for her neighbors. Thanks to her dreams, she knew what was at stake. She wanted to help. The other adults didn't make it to Auntie Y. Kang's apartment in time to save Mr. Ejide's jaw. It was hanging by a thread by the time they got there. She'd always had a steady hand with her cleaver. Did she leave? Yes, but I think she wished that he hadn't. Replacing a jaw is expensive, and Mr. Ejide had no money. He had to settle with a life of miserable silence, hiding the wound in his face and slurping broth through a tube. As for Auntie, she suffered an aneurysm, dropped head as grown-ups were trying to get her to what passed as a clinic in the Mansion district, but she died with a smile on her face. She knew that her soul was safe. That's all for now? I don't think we have any more questions. Alright, I guess that's it. So, Gobet is last, and then we can go pick up a new job. She's gone, Hulk. I don't know where she ran off to, but she looked upset. She just said something about friends in trouble, then left. By the time I could disconnect from the octopus, she was on her way out of town. She must have gone back to the sinking ship. I don't like the sound of that. She tell you what went down there? Out there? All those years ago? The mutiny? Yeah. And she's been having bad dreams about the place ever since. Well, we'd better go and get her. Yeah, let's do it, I suppose. I'm going to arrange a transport. Yep, okay. So that's going to be our next objective. Never mind the part about picking up the next job. We're going after Gobet. But we're going to do that in the next episode, so thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you next time.